Hi everyone, Jarrod Nickel, Executive Director of ProjectCoe.com here. I'm going to take a look at MotorStorm Arctic Edge for the PlayStation Portable. Sorry for my vocal cords, I don't know if I'm coming down with laryngitis or what the heck is going on, but I do sound a little bit rusty here. So, MotorStorm, that venerable PS3 franchise, has finally made its move over to the PlayStation Portable, and I gotta say, for the most part, I was quite impressed. 90% of the experience lies in the festival mode, which was exactly as it was on the PlayStation 3, meaning that you take part in a series of events. So for example, if you jump on in, the first event may just be 2 laps of a single race. Something else, like maybe the next event will be something of a little more variety called the time ticker races. These are actually brand new to Arctic Edge, and they're pretty cool. Basically the way it works is the higher you are in position, the faster you acquire points. So in other words, if you're in first place, you're going to get points like, right away like crazy. So ideally that's exactly what you want to do. You want to get in first place and stay there. Now, as you progress in the festival, races increase in rank, which means difficulty basically. So once you get to about the 5th rank, things start to get extremely difficult. But that's the whole point of the game. It's a lot of fun, and if you're able to master the entire game, well, good for you. As you go on, depending on your position, you unlock more and more goodies. For the most part, if you come in of 1 to 3rd place, you're able to move on to the next event. There are 12 courses in total. The only thing is that given their presence, that this one it's Arctic, so in other words, it's all to do with snow. It does sort of blend together, and the tracks eventually come together as one giant super course. But c'est la vie. Like the other MotorStorms, Arctic Edge has a variety of different vehicle classes. This one introduces snow machines, snow pluggers, and snow cats, which are basically snow plows that have been retrofitted for racing. Of course, then you've got your buggies, your bikes, your big rigs, etc. So basically, if you had one particular vehicle that you really loved with the other MotorStorms, the odds are it's in this one. And of course, just like the other ones, the courses are specifically designed that they give you a variety of routes to take. It's not just one route straight to the goal line, as it were. It's there would be, say, like a little branch off for bikes as you're making your way around the laps, or if you're in a big rig, you can go in like the deep, heavy snow. Whereas if you're in something, for example, like the bike, that would be a lot harder to do. Now, like the other MotorStorms, I think the idea that big studios did when they developed this title was to sort of bring the feel of MotorStorm over to the PlayStation Portable, and in that sense they succeeded greatly. But unfortunately, there are a couple of problems that end up happening. For example, the Oversensitive Physics are back. Now, I know a lot of people have been really big fans of this, but it's just it feels kind of ridiculous that if you're in a bike and you happen to just brush up against the side, that you just go completely wiping out. Now I know that is actually realistic, but it just seems like it's a little too sensitive. The other thing that I noticed personally is that opponents that you race, the CPU ones, are not so much out to win the races as they are to just obliterate you. This is extremely noticeable about when you hit the rank 5 events. And it's just a couple of balancing issues like that would have gone a long way in order to make it something truly special and stand out compared to the PS3 titles. Now, in terms of variety, there's quite a few things. Like I said, there's a lot of the different events in the festival mode, but there's also the recreation mode. This is where you basically have your garage and your multiplayer time attack modes and things like that. It's really good, I gotta say. Like, the amount of variety offered is pretty surprising. Time attack pits you against leaderboards. You're actually able to download ghosts of some of the better players, which is kind of cool. Free play, well, it's kind of self-explanatory. Multiplayer is available for both ad hoc and online matchups. So you basically got all your bases covered. I should warn you, though, that if you do try and get online, I found it a little sluggish. We had a couple of matches that we did where there was some, noticeable lag. So just be warned of that. I have heard reports where other people couldn't get online whatsoever. Visually speaking, Arctic Edge certainly looks the part. It's got a very solid frame rate. I didn't notice, too much pop in or anything like that. I actually really like the draw distance. That was kind of interesting. The vehicles don't employ, obviously, the finesse that their PS3 counterparts do, but they still look quite nice. They also feel a lot heavier, which is a plus. In terms of audio, the soundtrack isn't my personal style, but it fits the game perfectly, just like the other two did. It's like jazzed up songs, a lot of rock, which I like rock. It's just some of the band selections just wasn't exactly my forte, but it's all good. Sound effects, again, were extremely well done. Every vehicle sounds unique, sounds very heavy, especially like some of the snow plows. I mean, you want them, when they hit into a car, you really want to, feel that sound, and you really do. And, be sure to listen to this with your headset on. If you just picked up a PSP Go, by all means, give this one a try. It's one of the first games that is readily available for both the download and on UMD. I gave the game an 8 on 10, and like I said, I think it really does bring the MotorStorm feeling from the PlayStation 3 games over to the PSP quite well, and I think you'll be thoroughly enjoyed. Thanks for listening, everyone, and I'll be back soon. Cheers.